but he was an African American soldier who decided to help the Filipinos alongside 2 to 3 other African American soldiers. And American soldiers used to call Filipinos the N-word too. So yeah.
Now let's hear what this young lady has to say about the connection or relationship between Filipinos and Black American men from the U.S. And really, there's no such thing as black people. And on top of that, a large percentage of so-called Black Americans are actually American Indians, aka Original Americans, aka Aboriginal Americans. Anyway.
I think a lot of people are unaware of how deep the relationship is between Filipinos and Black people. First of all, everything I'm going to say is public knowledge. If I found it on Google, I'm pretty sure you could too. They used to separate Filipinos and Black people in the U.S. Navy as shown here. One of the first people to discover our islands was an African tribe, and we still have African tribes present in the Philippines as of today. There was also a war between American forces and Filipino president and nationalist Emilio Aguinaldo, where David Fagin, I'm not sure if I'm saying it right, but he was an African American soldier who decided to help the Filipinos alongside 2 to 3 other African American soldiers. And American soldiers used to call Filipinos the N-word too. So yeah, I learned all of this because I googled can Filipinos wear bonnets one night and I went deep into it. Yeah, that's my time. Thank you.
Let's break this down.
I think a lot of people are unaware of how deep the relationship is between Filipinos and Black people. First of all, everything I'm going to say is public knowledge. If I found it on Google, I'm pretty sure you could too.
That's what we're about to do right now.
They used to separate Filipinos and Black people in the U.S. Navy as shown here. One of the...
All right, let's check that out. All right. As we can see, there's a sign that says U.S. Navy Dispensary Blood Test Unit, Blacks/Filipinos. Here, that's no different than when we see signs like this. Negroes, no man, you know, whites over here, colored over here. That's called Jim Crow. Let's carry on.
The first people to discover our islands was an African tribe, and we still have African tribes present in the Philippines as of today.
There is a research that discovered Aitas are actually closer to Denisovans. This is according to DNA examinations, and this was published in the paper titled Discerning the Origins of Negritos, First Sandaland People. The research was conducted by Timothy Ginam of the National Institute of Genetics in Japan, and there are 8 other researchers. You should be seeing them on your screens right now. The research said they did not observe any direct links between the different Aitas and the African Pygmies. They further said that the physical similarities between Africans and Aitas is most likely due to convergent evolution. Convergent evolution occurs when species occupy similar ecological niche and adapt in similar ways in response to similar selective pressure.
Let's carry on.
There was also a war between American forces and Filipino president and nationalist Emilio Aguinaldo.
First of all, the American forces were white soldiers and buffalo soldiers. Buffalo soldiers meaning indigenous American soldiers, aka African American soldiers, were brought over with the white soldiers to the Philippines back in the late 1800s. But you know what? National Parks Service website. It's a government website. Now, the 2 names that she mentioned was, and who? All right. One of the Black deserters, Private David Fagin, became notorious. He was de facto. He went against his own American troops to fight on the side of the opposition, aka the Filipinos. But why did he do this? what sense would that make? You know? And right here it says Fagin was a traitor, or Fagin was a traitor. And they wanted his head for $600 US. Back in that time, that was a lot of money. Let's stroll down. Let's stroll down. This is the infantry, the Buffalo Soldiers, 1900s.
But he was an African American soldier who decided to help the Filipinos alongside 2 to 3 other African American soldiers,
as it was documented. So that's a fact. Seems the Philippines is a place to explore. The women are awesome. That's what somebody just posted here. Okay.
And American soldiers used to call Filipinos the N-word too.
White American soldiers, because now you have to distinguish the white American soldiers from the Negro or colored or black or African American soldiers, right? So when she says American soldiers, she's referring to the white American soldiers who used to call the Filipinos Rose or the N-word, right? All right. Right here, it's the Philippines Islands, 7,000 plus islands. Right here, see where I'm circling? It says Negros, and of course, Negro, the Nigger word means dark, right? Comes from the same root word, the same Indo-European root word that means dark. That's where the word night comes from, N-I-G. But as we can see, we have places called Negros. Why is it called Negros in Philippines? After the black natives whom they saw, meaning the pale Europeans, when they first came to the island in April 1565. And we have places called Negros Occidental and Negros Oriental. And this is in the Visayas region of the Philippines, right? And then, but you got to consider, okay, they're calling it Negros, but how did the people look? Let's travel back in time. These are images from the Library of Congress. This is an image, subject titled Filipino Vendors in the U.S. Army Camp in Manila, Philippines. This is another image, Filipino women returning from the market, 1902. Let's go with one more image from the Library of Congress. Because you got to consider, why were they calling these people, right? And these are images from, look, and this says Native Filipinos, Manila, Philippines, 1899. Let's take a look at a news article from the Library of Congress that was written by Filipinos around the same time as these soldiers were in the Philippines. These American soldiers were in the Philippines. Let's see what the Filipinos had to say about how they were treated by the soldiers. The voices from the Philippines. Colored troops on duty. Opinions of the natives, the Filipino natives. This is going to solidify what she said. Let's take a look at this. The middle article. By the difference in dealing with us, Filipinos, expressed is meant that the colored soldiers do not push them off the streets, spit at them, call them damn niggas, abuse them in any manner of ways, and connect race hatred with duty, for the colored soldiers had none such of them. What the young lady said from TikTok is actually valid. And as an added bonus, check this out. The first Filipino American family of Seattle since 1909 was the Jenkins family. This is just going off of what the young lady said on TikTok. I had to analyze everything she said, and she went in deep, but I went deeper, as you can see. But this is the connection between the Filipinos and Black Americans. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. Maybe I left certain things out. If you disagree, if you agree, let me know.